Good evening, Rockville. Today is October 7th, 2024, and we'll begin meeting 24-24. Let's join together in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Just as a community reminder, we have several proclamations and recognitions for this evening. We are doing these at the beginning of each month now, trying a new approach and seeing how it goes. We will have each of the council members read them, and then we may have a brief break, depending on how long they will be taking. And then we will start again at 6:30. So just wanted to share that. I'll send another reminder for those who are watching us on TV. But let's begin, colleagues.
All right, welcome everyone. I am honored to read the first proclamation of the evening, which is for economic development, one of this mayor and council's core focus areas. Whereas the economic growth and stability of the state affect all regions and jurisdictions of Maryland, and whereas the city of Rockville is a vital component of Maryland's economic success, representing over 9,500 businesses and 72,000 employees in a wide range of for-profit and not-for-profit sectors. Now, therefore, the mayor and council hereby proclaim the week of October 21st through 25th, 2024, as Economic Development Week in the city of Rockville, Maryland, in recognitions of the importance of economic development and its role in supporting the business community, creating new and dynamic opportunities for residents and visitors, and enhancing the fiscal health of the city. I move the proclamation.
Second. Councilman Van Grack, seconds. All those in favor, please raise your hand and say aye.
Aye. And I believe we have some representatives of Rockville Economic Development, Inc., our partner, Bay Ma, I believe. Please come up and accept the proclamation. Would you like to say a few words?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You can all come up.
I'll start with you. Board members? Yes.
I'm shocked.
On behalf of Rockville Economic Development, Inc., Ready, board, and staff, I want to extend our sincere thanks for this proclamation and the city of Rockville's ongoing support. The city's recognition of Maryland Economic Development Week highlights the essential role that economic development plays in fulfilling Rockville's vision of rising together. At Ready, our mission is to cultivate a thriving, diverse, and vibrant Rockville. Over the past year, Ready has made remarkable strides across key sectors such as life sciences and small-scale manufacturing, while continuing to support the small businesses that are the backbone of our community. Ready supported over 275 businesses in the last fiscal year and identified small-scale manufacturing as a critical driver in reducing commercial vacancies and fostering new business growth, particularly in areas like Turnbrook and Rock East District. Ready has also made targeted investments in early and mid-stage manufacturing businesses through specialized training programs designed to spur growth. As we look forward to 2025, Ready remains committed to focusing on key sectors like biotech, life sciences, small-scale manufacturing, and supporting entrepreneurship. Additionally, Ready will explore green technologies as a potential growth industry that aligns with both economic and sustainable goals. We invite businesses and community members to learn more about Ready's efforts by visiting rockvilleready.org. Thank you to the city and mayor and the council for your continued partnership and support in advancing Rockville's economic development. And here is our CEO and president of Ready, Cindy Rivard, and our deputy, Rochelle Wilson, and my fellow board member, Todd Pearson. Thank you very much.
Good to see you. All right. So it's my pleasure to have the honor of this proclamation for Diwali. And just before I start, let me just say, it really is something that Rockville is so diverse and inclusive that we have religious celebrations and celebrations all throughout Rockville, throughout the months. So I just would be remiss not to say how important it is to me and everybody here that we celebrate different faiths, different communities, and we come together, and it's really important that we have that togetherness in Rockville. So, without further ado, whereas Diwali is a festival of lights and one of the major festivals celebrated by Hindus, Jains, and some Buddhists, and whereas the festival lasts 5 days and is celebrated during the Hindu lunar solar month Kartika between mid-October and mid-November. Day 1, the Terrace. Day 2, Shuri Diwali. Day 3, Lakshma Puja Kali. Day 4, Kuvardhan Puja. And Day 5, Bhai Juj Vishwakarma. The last day of the festival ends with Bhai Juj. Now, therefore, the Mayor and Council of Rockville, Maryland, hereby proclaim October 31st, 2024 as Diwali in Rockville, and invite all residents to understand his principles and enjoy the celebration of the victory of light over darkness, good over evil, and knowledge over ignorance. The festival encourages everyone to share the principles of the Festival of Lights and to share love for all residents of Rockville and beyond. Madam Mayor, I move the proclamation.
It's been seconded by Councilman Shaw. All those in favor, please raise your hand and say aye. Please come. Mayor. Yes, please. Welcome.
Thank you. On behalf of the Hindu community in Rockville and Montgomery County, and as a Rockville employee, I'm honored to accept this proclamation for Diwali. Diwali holds a special place in the hearts of billions of people worldwide, symbolizing triumph over darkness, good over evil, and hope over despair. Our city has always embraced these values, and as a community, we are deeply grateful for the inclusivity that has always been an overarching principle for Rockville. Wishing everyone a joyous and prosperous Diwali. Thank you.
Thank you, Manisha Tiwari. Just wanted to make sure that everyone knows how incredible our staff is. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, no, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Whose phone is this? Manisha?
It's my honor to present the Arts and Humanities Month Proclamation. And I was happy to find out that there are very easy ways to participate in showing your support for this month. Some of them I've already done, such as reading a book, dancing to music you love, singing in the car, and putting artwork on your refrigerator. Whereas the month of October has been recognized as National Arts and Humanities Month by thousands of communities, cities, and states across the country, as well as by the White House and Congress. And now, therefore, the Mayor and Council of the City of Rockville, Maryland, do hereby proclaim October 2024 as National Arts and Humanities Month in Rockville, Maryland, and call upon our residents to celebrate and promote the arts and culture in our nation, and to specifically encourage the greater participation by those said residents in taking action for the arts and humanities in their towns and cities. I move the proclamation.
Councilmember Fulton, seconds. All those in favor, please raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
Do you want to introduce Ms. Karen Askin?
And I would like to introduce Ms. Karen Askin to please accept the proclamation. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Would you like to say a few words?
Sure. I don't have any prepared remarks, but I was very struck with what you said earlier about Diwali. More than ever, the world needs to focus on what is common to all of us as human beings, and the arts are so important. They speak without words, and so it's very exciting for us to do this. I also want to thank everyone on Mayor and Council and to our new city manager. The Cultural Arts Commission is very much looking forward to our new arts manager starting and to a great year ahead. And speaking of Diwali, I invite all of you to VisArts. We will be doing a great day of Diwali events, great for kids, and it's a wonderful chance to learn about a beautiful holiday that, let's face it, good over evil, festival of lights. Where else have we heard those, kind of human traits? So come on over, and we look forward to seeing you. Thank you, Mayor and Council.
Thank you. Now I'll move over to a little bit of a heavier topic, but an important one. Though not in my home, I have personally witnessed domestic violence. I have seen the effects of domestic violence. And during the COVID pandemic, I saw more than ever that home is not safe for everyone. And I share my personal experiences, as well as believe it's important that we do proclamations like this, so that someone can hear and know that you're not alone and that you can reach out for help. And if you know someone who needs help, to be that person to help them to get to help. So it is my honor to read this proclamation. Whereas the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence reports that on average, nearly 20 people per minute are physically abused by an intimate partner in the United States. And victims of intimate partner violence lose a total of 8 million days of paid work each year. Whereas extreme jealousy, blaming, rage, control of a partner's spending, and whereabouts, put downs, stalking, threats of bodily harm to a partner or a partner's loved ones, or even pets, are often imposed on victims. And whereas the theme for Domestic Violence Awareness 2024 is Healed, Hold, Center, and domestic violence intensifies over time, and it appears in any racial, social, economic, and gender category. And the impact of domestic violence impacts not only the partner, but friends, family, and children. Now, therefore, the Mayor and Council of the City of Rockville do hereby proclaim October 2024 as National Domestic Violence Awareness Month and call upon everyone to speak out against domestic violence, to support organizations that assist domestic violence victims in our community, and to help victims of these crimes find the assistance and healing that they need by sharing the 24-hour hotline. That number is 1-800-799-SAFE. Again, 1-800-799-7233. And the TTY number is 1-800-787-3224. Please write it down and share it. I would like to welcome Judith Clark. She is the CEO of Women Who Cares Ministries. On an annual basis, she has an awareness event that's coming up, and I hope she'll say a few words about that, but there are ways that you can get involved to help. And I want to thank you for supporting those who have been impacted by domestic violence and raising awareness in our community, our city, and our county. All right, I'm going to ask that. Thank you. Do we have a second? Second. Councilmember Jackson is second. All those in favor, please raise your hand and say aye. Aye. Welcome, Judith. Okay.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Judith Clark, CEO and founder of Women Who Care Ministries, and I send you greetings on behalf of Women Who Care Ministries. Domestic violence is indeed no respecter of persons. It just sneaks up like a thief in the night, wreaking havoc wherever it goes, not just to the victim directly, but to the family, the friends, the coworkers, people near and far who hear about such horrific situations. And that's why for more than 23 years, Women Who Care Ministries has been committed to helping hurting people heal through food services, and particularly through making sure that women, men, and children are no longer victims of domestic violence, but that they can move towards survivorship, not to just be able to get out of these situations, but to get out of and stay out. And so that takes tools. It takes everyone at the table to help make this happen. You know, the preventative and restorative services that we serve is not just in Rockville, but all of the county and beyond. So because Rockville, City of Rockville, has this shared vision of public safety, we're honored also to have been partnered with them for over 15 years. Matter of fact, the event that Monique just spoke about, that Mayor Monique just spoke about, our Restore to Joy, this November 16th will be our 17th annual Restore the Joy Domestic Violence Empowerment Luncheon. And so we invite all of you here and listening to please attend. It's November 16th from 11 to 2. It's going to be a resource fair, speakers. There's going to be people who are overcoming domestic violence, but also people that aren't, to give them our support. Again, we need everybody at the table to heal this societal ill. So I just want to thank you, City of Rockville, Mayor and Council member, for all of your long-standing support. And it's because of the support that our agency gets that helps us to reach out. And so it's the support that we all give to people who are suffering in this area that gives them the courage to come forward and say, I do not deserve to be abused. And we have the tools to give them to make sure that that doesn't happen. Thank you.
So as many of you may have heard, recently Rockville was named by Wallet Hub as the top and best small city in Maryland. Now there are many, many reasons for that, but I believe one of those reasons is community planning and organizing, whether it's historic districts, and I know we have Commissioner Powell here from the Historic District Commission, whether it's dealing with all the things that come forth for zoning and planning. I know we have Commissioner Pittman here. It's critical, and we have amazing volunteers on our boards and commissions that are working for it. So I am proud to be able to talk about Community Planning Month in the city of Rockville, because we take pride in community planning here. Whereas change is constant and affects all cities, towns, suburbs, counties, boroughs, townships, rural areas, and other places. And community planning and plans can help manage this change in a way that provides better choices for how people work and live. And whereas community planning provides an opportunity for all residents to be meaningfully involved in making choices that determine the future of their community. And whereas the full benefits of planning require public officials and citizens who understand, support, and demand excellence in planning and plan implementation. And now, therefore, the Mayor and Council of Rockville, Maryland, do hereby proclaim the month of October 2024 as Community Planning Month in the city of Rockville, Maryland, in conjunction with the celebration of National Community Planning Month throughout the country. Madam Mayor, I move the proclamation.
Councilmember Shaw seconds. All those in favor, please raise your hand and say aye.
Aye. And now, Commissioner Pittman would like to come up and accept the proclamation and say a few words.
Madam Mayor and council members, on behalf of the Planning Commission, thank you for recognizing the value of community planning. Thoughtful, collaboratively created policies lift up communities and make all of our lives better. This is especially true of community planning. Thank you for creating the conditions for the excellent planning process that makes Rockville thrive, and a special thank you to the planning staff who supports all that we do.
Take a picture.
Good evening. How are y'all doing? Awesome. Good to be here. I'm actually thankful to my colleague, Councilmember Valeri, for allowing me to steal a little bit of her thunder in talking about Bullying Prevention Month. It's not something that immediately comes to mind, something that I know a number of us growing up kind of dealt with. We thought it was kind of a rite of passage to kind of get picked on. And I'll be honest, I was one of those who kind of stood by the side and laughed and carried on. And I regret it now. I am humbled. I am thankful that my own child, Montgomery County Public School attendee, they receive active instruction even from the early years about bullying and how to deal with it. And more importantly, how to be an active bystander. So if you see something, as they say in New York, say something. Many people who get picked on aren't in positions to stand up for themselves. And sometimes you just got to stand up to a bully or help somebody stand up to them. So it's incumbent upon us, even as adults, because we recognize it in our workplaces, in our homes, even unfortunately in government, where folks look down and pick on others. So with that, I'll shut up and go ahead and read the proclamation. Whereas bullying is the most common form of violence in our society. More than 70% of young people nationwide say that they have seen bullying in their schools. 30% have admitted to bullying others. Membership in either the bully or the victim group is closely associated with dropping out of school, poor school development, criminal activity, or other negative long-term consequences. And whereas bullying at school, cyberbullying, and bullying in group settings have been on the rise in many organizations, school districts, community centers, educators, and parents have publicly expressed concern about the bullying of children. And now, therefore, the Mayor and Council of the City of Rockville, Maryland, do hereby proclaim October 2024 as National Bullying Prevention Month and ask that everyone be models for children and adults to help combat bullying behavior through kindness, empathy, and compassion towards others. With that, Madam Mayor, I move the proclamation.
Thank you. It's been seconded by Councilmember Valeri. All those in favor, please raise your hand and say aye.
Aye. And do we have, I think, some high school students? Awesome. Thank you. Ooh, don't give me detention for not standing up for folk. My mom will get on my case. Would y'all like to say a few words? Cool, thank you.
I am so thankful to accept this proclamation on behalf of Richard Montgomery High School. This proclamation speaks to the important work that we do in schools to, with the community, raise children who know how to treat each other with respect and kindness, which is truly the most important thing that we teach children at school. I would say more important even than math or science or English. So thank you very much to the City of Rockville for creating this proclamation to recognize this important part of our work, and specifically for asking us as representatives of our schools and that important work that we do to be here tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Doug Nelson. I'm principal at Wooten High School, and thank you to the council and to the mayor for having us here this afternoon. I stand really proudly with my fellow principals because bullying is a big thing. We face this in our schools, and we see firsthand the impact that bullying behavior can have on our students. And what I would really like to amplify here at the podium is that it really comes down to belonging for our kids. When we have these behaviors, our students do not then fully get to access their learning space, and that school is built for them. And so I, of course, stand with my fellow principals here against bullying and recognize how important it is that we do that in a space like this. I would also like to take the opportunity to thank everyone here because I remember my bullies from high school. I confronted them. And while that was challenging to know that I went into a space that sometimes I felt targeted or people came to capitalize on characteristics that I could not necessarily change about myself, what I remember more are the teachers and the administrators who had my back, who stood with me, even though that was a dynamic that I faced. And it became a very motivating factor for me as an administrator that I still walk through the doors of my school to this day to stand with students and know that I have their back. So thank you very much. We really do appreciate it. Rashonda?
Good evening. My name is Rashonda Piles, and I'm the proud principal of Rockville High School. I'd like to take the time to express my sincere gratitude to Madam Mayor and the Rockville City Council for the presentation of this proclamation honoring Rockville High School, Wooten High School, and Richard Montgomery High School in our efforts in combating bullying. Like they said, we deal with this day in and day out, and we are strong. We stand strong. This recognition not only validates the hard work and dedication of our students and staff, but also emphasizes the importance of creating a safe and inclusive environments for all young people in our schools community. Your support serves as a powerful reminder that we are not alone in this fight and that together we can make a significant impact. I am truly grateful. We are truly grateful for your commitment to this important issue and for encouraging our schools to continue their efforts. Your leadership inspires us to keep pushing for a culture of respect and kindness. Thank you again for this honor. We look forward to continuing our work together to foster a safe and welcoming community for everyone. So thank you. Thank you.
For each of you.
Hang out my buddy.
Thank you.
Thanks again. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good on this way. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
The next proclamation is distinctly my honor. And actually, this is the first time I've been able to do this since being elected. Prior to being elected, I co-founded the Rockville Pedestrian Advocacy Committee. In part, I did this in honor of a neighbor and resident who was killed crossing her residential street in Twinbrook. But once I got started doing the work, there's a lot of joy and positivity in making walking more exciting, more fun, and ultimately more safe. So this is a very special honor for me. Whereas the state of Maryland was the first state in the country to designate walking as the official exercise in 2008. And whereas Governor Wes Moore designated the month of October as Walktober in Maryland by recognizing the state's official exercise, walking, for its health benefits and well-being for all Marylanders. And now, therefore, that the mayor and council hereby proclaim October 2024 as Walktober in the city of Rockville, Maryland, and invite all residents to take advantage of walking for its health, recreation, and transportation benefits, as well as Walktober walk-in-hours focused on pedestrian safety. The city encourages everyone to find time to walk or roll every day and to make it a priority for residents of all ages. Madam Mayor, I move the proclamation.
Councilmember Fulton seconds. All those in favor, please raise your hand and say
Aye.
aye.
And I believe that we have the chair of the Rockville Pedestrian Advocacy Committee here to talk about. Come on up, Paula Hubble.
Good evening. I'm Paula Hubble. I'm the chair of the Rockville Pedestrian Advocacy Committee, also known as RPAC. And thank you to the mayor and council for this proclamation about walking. And I want to invite everyone on Tuesday, the 29th, we'll be having a Walktober walk. We'll be starting at Croydon Park on East Rockville at 5:30, and we'll be ending at 6:30 at City Hall for a vigil. So we hope that you all can join us. Thank you.
I wanted to thank my colleagues for raising awareness about some very important issues through our proclamations and recognitions. And I want to thank those who came to speak out from the community to accept the proclamations and recognitions. I particularly wanted to just say it is such an amazing thing to see all three principals standing together. And you are creating great humans in our community, so thank you. I heard some themes, and I'll just speak out of turn just briefly on respect, kindness, good over evil, and spreading light through many of our proclamations and speaking up. And so I know it's not an official statement, but wanted to just note today is October 7th. It was a tragic day with the Hamas terrorist attack. I know some of my colleagues will say some things later. But it's caused a lot of hurt, humanitarian crisis overseas. But I wanted to acknowledge our teachers are actually dealing with this, our principals, in terms of fighting hate in our own community. And so I wanted to say thank you. We have to continue to speak out against Islamophobia. We must continue to speak out against anti-Semitism, as well as all forms of hate in our community. So thank you for the work that you're doing on the front lines every day in our community. There are two additional proclamations for the month of October, Ageism Awareness Month, as well as LGBTQ History Month. I want to thank my colleagues, Councilmember Shaw, as well as Councilmember Jackson, for bringing these forward. These will be on our website tomorrow. I also want to know that we are trying something new here with all of our proclamations in the beginning in an effort to try to make our meetings a little bit more brisk and end at an earlier time. And we will take a break now and reconvene at about 6:30 p.m. for those who are watching online. Thank you all.